guys, and welcome to the Sisterhood. My name is Karis and I'm the owner of Creative's Makeup Academy. At the Academy, it's our aim to educate and inspire as many people as possible, and something that our followers have brought to our attention is the struggle of applying makeup to certain eye shapes. Now, in particular, the hooded eye shape. I myself have this eye shape and thought it'd be a great opportunity to share my personal makeup journey throughout the years and what works for me and my clients. So what should you expect from the Sisterhood series? There's going to be lots of makeup demos by myself and other various artists. We're going to be sharing lots of product details, techniques, knowledge and things that we've learned along the way that's really helped our artistry. And we won't only be using professional models, but members of the public and our followers too. Because let's be honest, we want to be wild, but we want to see some achievable, realistic results. So before we start, let's take a look at one definition of this eye shape. Sounds pretty negative, right? When I was doing my research on this eye shape, I found lots of unflattering terminology to describe it. So it's my aim to change how people view this eye shape, and with the right makeup, it can hold its own against any other eye shape and be just as amazing. So let's begin. To create the eye base, I'm using a medium coverage concealer. I'm using a thin layer of the product to cover the skin, as when I use heavier products, it can cause my eyes to look and feel more hooded. So for me, I have to avoid using thick cakey eye bases. One way of doing this is to apply with a flat brush and then to buff the products into the skin using a soft fluffy brush and a sponge. To create the illusion my eyes are bigger, I begin my first blend high and on the inside of my eye, near the bridge of the nose. As my crease is really low, my eyes are quite flat, so by making this area darker, I'm creating the illusion and the appearance of a higher, deeper socket. The product I'm using is a lightweight face powder, which won't leave an overly powdery finish. I find with my eye shape, really powdery shadows can sometimes highlight the texture of the loose skin. To make the eyelid itself look larger, I'm using a metallic creamy product to reflect the light and create the illusion of a larger surface area. It's really important to blend the product higher than where the crease sits. This makes the eye look larger. This is similar to the highlighting and contouring technique. I'm using the powder to create shade and definition of a higher socket and the metallic cream to highlight and make the eyelid area look larger. I apply the product using a small flat brush to paint the product precisely where I need it. Then I soften the edges with a fluffy brush. I am now making the eyelid area look larger by intensifying the highlight with a glittery pigment to catch the light when I blink and move around. Eyeliner is such a huge obstacle for most people with hooded eyes. I find that different techniques work for different looks. The problem I face when wearing eyeliner is when the flicks sit uneven on both sides of my eyes. This is because the crease is so low and my skin folds at the edges. I find by wearing a blurred smoky liner, it disguises this. I do this with a fine art brush and gel liner. I usually avoid using liquid liner as it can be hard to stop it from transferring to the upper eye or smudging before it dries. I smudge with a pencil brush, and to seal the gel I press black shadow directly on top with a flat brush. This minimises the risk of transfer. I repeat this entire process a couple of times until I'm happy with the depth and how smoky the liner is. I also find it much easier to apply the liner when the eyes are open. I tend to do this quite a lot looking into a hand mirror. After doing this process a couple of times, you can no longer see where the crease starts or stops. It's sometimes said to avoid using dark in the waterline if you've got smaller eyes, but all hooded eyes are different, and for me, adding black to my waterline frames my eyes and also makes my eye colour stand out more. I also struggle with liner leaking and transferring from my waterline onto my face due to my eye shape. To stop this happening, I press a matte black eyeshadow onto the waterline to set the product. Another problem that a lot of people with hooded eyes face is the selection and application of false lashes. In my experience, it's always much more flattering to wear soft fluffy lashes that varies in length and thickness across the band. When I wear thicker lashes, I tend to lose a lot of the work that I've done on the eye, losing all my blending work and also my liner. So I will be demonstrating how different eyelashes affect different hooded eyes throughout this series. The main problem I face with my lashes is having the edges pop up due to the flat shape of my eye. The flat shape of my eye means that the curve of the lash band takes longer to mould to my eye shape. By placing a tiny amount of glue on the inside of my lash line and allowing it to set, the lash band has something sticky to grab onto. I also find it much easier to apply my lashes with tweezers. As I mentioned earlier, I like to wear dark colours around my waterline. To avoid this making my eyes look smaller, I deepen underneath the lash line using pencils and shadows. This intensifies the under lash line and also frames my eye. This gives the effect that the eye is a lot lower and bigger than what it is, making the eyes a focal point of the face. As long as you smudge and blur out any dark colours around the eyes, you won't make the eyes look smaller. I do this using shadows and a soft brush. As the pencil I'm using is a creamy product, I will set it using shadows. This stops the pencil from moving or sitting in any fine lines later on. I will also add small individual lashes to the underneath of my eye. This will give a doll-like finish to the eyes and also make them look larger. When applying mascara, it's a common problem for people with hooded eyes to catch the eyelids with the mascara wand, which can more often than not ruin the eye makeup, leaving little dots of mascara above and underneath the eyes. I avoid this by using a mascara that has a flexible and small wand. I prefer the ones to have short bristles that are not long enough to catch the skin. I've now completed the eyes and will be moving on to the skin section, which is not narrated as all the Sisterhood tutorials will focus completely on the eye makeup application. However, I will list all the products and brushes used. And that completes our very first Sisterhood tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned as we have so many different types of tutorial planned for you all. Until then, be sure to hit the subscribe button.